Hi, I'm Daniel Cox and welcome to the Natural Exposures channel. Today I want to share with you a little bit of what I'm going to be taking to my upcoming trip to Borneo and Indonesia. I've been kind of struggling with my pack this morning, trying to make a decision on exactly what I want to bring, and so I thought, it might be interesting to share this with people because it's oftentimes something that we all go through when we're trying to decide on what gear we want to take on a particular trip. Now in Borneo and Indonesia, we're going to be spending a fair amount of time in the jungles, which is dark canopied light, and so some of the equipment that I want to bring will be the fastest lenses that I have, which in this situation includes my Lumix G9 as well as the Leica 200mm 2.8 and the 1.4 teleconverter. I use the Leica 200mm 2.8 extensively in darker situations because of the fast light gathering capabilities of that particular lens. The other things that I'm bringing will include FL360 flash, which is great for macro type photography, and in fact may be used with my G85, which I'm specifically bringing for one reason and one reason only, and that's the built-in pop-up flash that would be able to trigger this remotely for macro work. The 12 to 60 millimeter Leica lens on that camera, but for my macro work I would be using the 45 millimeter Leica lens so that we can get good and close, as well as having the 12 millimeter Leica 1.4, which is a 24 millimeter equivalent. We've got the Lumix underwater camera that is a point and shoot, but does really well in many of the situations I've used it in for snorkeling and that sort of thing. It's not going to produce, top-end professional results, but for the vast majority of the things I use my underwater pictures for, this is all I need. We have the Leica 2x teleconverter. Also got Kenko extension tubes for this lens, getting up close to birds, and I'm not sure we'll be able to use those or have a use for those, but I'm bringing them anyway. I've got a little video light for the video stuff that I do, as well as wireless microphones. And then finally, I have another G9 body with the 50 to 200 millimeter 2.8 for Leica lens, which is equivalent to 1 to 400 millimeters. And this will be a tremendous asset in the dark rainforest. And finally, we've got all our chargers packed in here. We have some neutral density filters up in this pocket, as well as, I didn't mention, split neutral density filters here. Then last but not least, a little bag that I keep with batteries, extra batteries, camera body caps, etc., and little incidentals in there. That's basically what I'm bringing. Don't forget the towel. When you go to Borneo and Indonesia, you sweat like a crazy man, and so I'll have this around my shoulders all the time. And then finally, all of this packed into the Lowepro HighLine RLX 400AW, which is actually a suitcase that I purchased in the airport a few months ago that I have adapted to using as a camera bag. This interior piece is from the Lowepro Whistler backpack, which pops out of the backpack, falls in here beautifully, and gives me the ability to pull this out, put it in a backpack if I need to. But I'm not going to be doing that on this trip. So all of that is contained in this. This Lowepro HighLine RLX 400 has basically replaced my other beloved Lowepro bag, which is the Lowepro Pro Roller 200. But this is a little bit more compact, easier to carry, soft-sided, a little more soft-sided, yet still enough padding to keep my camera gear safe. So that's it. That's all. That's what I'll be bringing to Borneo and Indonesia. And if you have any questions, feel free to drop them in the comments below. Do us a favor and like the Natural Exposures YouTube channel, and we'll see you down the road.